Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and it's always fun to do an Aardvarderwetering puzzle. He was making puzzles before we were solving them online. That's how long Ard's been doing it. Plenty of time, and probably as early as there were championships and things, which was near the beginning of the Sudoku boom. He is a Dutchman with a great amount of experience in setting puzzles, and as usual we see a grid with a very simple rule set, one or two, in this case 3 given digits, and it's just going to be Thermos Sudoku today. So you can try that on the first link under the video. I can tell you that we have a Thermos Sudoku app in our suite of 12 apps. The latest is Fog of War, but Thermos Sudoku is brilliant and features a number of puzzles that, well, I'm sure give you the same sort of vibe that this one will. So if you enjoy it, that's where you need to be going next. That is in the links in the description field, along with how to get hold of our merchandise, like this water bottle, or of course, SVEN'S SUDOku PAD, or how to go to Patreon, where 1st of February, launch date for Are You My Mama by the PBN Institute, a collective of brilliant setters of Japanese sums styles puzzles. These are not pure Japanese sums this time. There are liar clues. It's good fun. And there's loads of content on Patreon, including connections videos and Last Blobs' Hobbit solution videos. 19 puzzles there covered. Anyway, check it all out. I'm gonna have an explanation of these rules, which won't take long, and let's do that. So normal Sudoku rules apply. 1 to 9 will go in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box. Digits along a thermometer must increase from the bulb end, so we will increase as we go that way along that thermo, that way along that one, etc. Give it a try. I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. So, these look quite powerful. Okay, one thing I can see is, where does 9 go in that row? It can't go anywhere on a thermo except on the tip. So it's in one of those 2 cells. I'm bearing in mind that. Same in the bottom row, so we get an X-wing of 9s. Then, we get another X-wing in columns 1 and column 9, but it's not quite the same shape of X-wing, if you like, because that 9's in a different place vis-a-vis the ends of those thermos. And then where's 9 going to go in the corner boxes? Yeah, it's quite interesting. For 3 of them, yes, I mean, I could have seen this if I looked into a corner box to start with. Where can 9 go? It can never go anywhere on a thermo except on the tip. So for 3 of the boxes, it's there. For 1 of them, it's actually easy to write in, and that then resolves the other 3 very quickly. So we get this pattern of 9s emerging. Now, what do we do next? We do 1s. We do 1s in this box, because there's, just as 9 can only appear on the tip of a thermo, if 1's on a thermo, it has to be on the bulb. And in this box now, there is only one place, and that's there. And I was about to say, I think I can say exactly where 1 goes in this box, because it now, because we've put that in, it can't go on the bulb. And it can only appear on a thermo on the bulb, so it's not on a thermo in this box, it's there. Same is true in box 1, yes. But we have to be careful in box 7, because I think there are 2 places where 1 can go now. And I don't think we've ruled either of them out. So there's a 1 in one of those cells, a 1 in one of those 3. Is that worth marking? Probably. That's interesting. I mean, it's an interesting start. What else are we doing? I was wondering after we'd done the 9s whether I should be looking at 8s, but, well, yeah, okay. Where does 8 go in box 9? Because it is tricky. It can't actually go there or there, because the tip of that thermo, whichever one it was on, would have to be a 9, and that's ruled out. 8 can't go anywhere before the penultimate cell on a thermo, so I think 8 only has 1 place in box 9. Am I right? Yeah, I'm going with it. It's there, and that forces 9 to be on its own thermo. That unwinds an X-wing And it makes me want to look at where is 8 in this box. Yes. Oh, this is probably why, well, we've already used 9's position in a column, which cleared it from those cells, in a row, which cleared it from those cells. But maybe the most important thing of all about this given 9 is its position in a box, which stops any of these ending. Yeah, these are definitely selected from 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. None of them can end in 9. They all have to be different. And 4 is the lowest any of them can be because they're on 4-cell thermos. It's lovely when odd gives you something like this where every thermo is the same length, so you can apply some fairly consistent standards. Now, I was going to ask where 8 goes in this box and say it's probably straightforward. It's not straightforward. 8 can still go in both of those places. Yes, it's ruled out of that one because the tip can't be 9, but both of those thermos could have 9 on the tip. It's here, is it? Yes, it's this box where I can place 8. It's funny, with 9, I sorted it out symmetrically, like rotationally symmetrically. 8, not the case. Anyway, this can't be 8 because of its tip. This, oh well, and because of 8 in the column. Those can't be 8. 8 can't be there because they're not penultimate. 8 in box 3 is there. That fixes the other 9 X-Wing. And now look, we take that back to box 1. Oh, and I was looking at this not being able to be 9, but of course we could just look at the 8 we wrote in there to resolve where 8 is in box 1. Now I bet we can determine 8 in here. It can't be on any of the thermos because none of them can have a 9 tip. So it must be there. And that has fixed where 1 is in the box. And now we are cooking with gas at this point. I'm doing a little bit of pencil marking because, not because it passes the time, but because it can sometimes be quite helpful. Oh, that's nearly an X-Wing. Does 8 have to be in one of those cells? The answer is probably no. Although I wonder if we could look more into the corner boxes and determine that it must be for one of them. I have a feeling there's more we can do in the puzzle before we do that. I would love to say that 8 was in one of those because then it would be a virtual X-Wing with 8 in box 4 and the 8 in row 5 would have to be there. But I can't. So I'm going to have to go back to considering the corner boxes again. Am I? Yeah, 2s. Oh, it's very straightforward. Where can 2 go in this box? It can never go on a cell that can be higher than the bulb because 2 is the lowest number available in the box. So it's on the bulb. That's true here, symmetrically opposite this time as well. Now, I was going to say it's true here, but it's not. 2 can be, oh well, 2 could have been the second digit on any of those thermos, but now that we've just put 2 2s in the corners and upset Simon, who doesn't get to sing his song, I'm joking, we get to place 2 there. Now, 2, 8, 9, 1. Now, do we move up to 3s or do we move down from the top numbers to 7s? Or is there, oh, that can't be 2. There might be Sudoku. Yes, there's not quite. Yes, 2 in row 2. Single place for it there. And then a 2 in one of those cells. I should have immediately looked into box 3 for 2s. Yeah, okay, I think I'm done on 2s. Now, this can't be 4 and this can't be 4 because of these diagonal thermos that start with a 2. The minimum is 3, 4, 5 there. So I can at least rule 4 out of those cells. What have we got going on? Okay, I was wanting to consider 7 here, but now let's try 3. There, or oops, or there in box 3. Any of those places in box 1. Any of those places. Okay, 3 is not the digit to consider. You don't even get X-wings out of that. Right, let's try 7 then. One of these could be an 8. So one of these places could be a 7. No more than one of them. Now, where else can 7 go? It could go here, and it could go here in box 1. It cannot go anywhere on this thermo in row 1 that I'm wiggling at. It could go there or there. Okay, I'm going to mark that one. It's in one of those 2 positions. It could be there. It can't be on this. Well, it can't be there or there. And it can't be there. So again, 2 positions here. Oh, and I wanted to say that one of those 2 must be a 7, but that's not necessarily true yet. So here, it can't be on, sorry, it can't be in those 2 cells. I must be precise. It could, oh right, it can't be there either. So it's in one row only in box 7. And that's weird, isn't it? It was in 3 positions in box 1. Then that came down to 2 there, 2 there. We still hadn't formed anything that was useful, but the 2 positions in box 7 are really helpful. I'll just run through that again. It can't be there because this obviously can't go 8, 9. Actually, no, it can go here. I was going to say it can't. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's in one of those 2 cells in box 7, and therefore it's not here. And that means we know where it is in box 9, but annoyingly that doesn't knock out either of the possibilities in box 3. Well, that's fair enough. It doesn't give, right, there's a 7 in one of those cells. It doesn't give me much more than that. I can Goodliffe this thermo at last. Like, there are only 2 candidates for each cell along it. So, where do 6 and 7 go in the box? Is that interesting? Not really. I'll tell you what I can do is say that 3 in box 9 must be on one of those cells, and 6 must be on one of those 2. That is good. Right, why do I know 6 is on one of those 2? Because the only digits I have to place in this box are 3, 4, 5 and 6. 6 is higher than the other 3, so it can't be on the lower thermo rung. So 6 is on one of those cells. Now I can place it in box 7. And then after that, on the vertical thermo, I have to write 7 and 8. That takes a 7 possibility out of there. It finishes the whole of column 1 because the remaining digits are 3, 4, 5, and they're on a thermo together. That 8, I was going to say it's sorted out an X-wing. It hasn't, but it does take 8 out of these cells as possibilities. That doesn't really help in box 7. Does it help in box 9? No, this can still be a 6. I've only got 3, 4, 5, 6 to place. That's strange. I thought it was going to help there. Right, in box 1, we've got 6 full digits. Everything else is 5, 6, or 7. This digit is not 6 by Sudoku, and it's not 5 because it has to be bigger than the one before it. So that is a definite 7. This is now a 5, 6 pair. That definite 7 sorts the 7 in box 3. There's a lovely flow to this puzzle, isn't there? Now I can pencil mark this thermo down here when now it's only 2 digits per cell possibility. And that places 6. Is that right? 6 can't be there. Yes, it is. That places 6 in box 9. Right there. And that resolves this as a 7. Now, that 7 has resolved 8 there. So now I can take 7 and 8 out of the other cells. And then we have to go, if I'm starting from the tip, I have to go downwards. From there, this is 3, 4, or 5. Well, by Sudoku, it can't be a 4. These are also from 3, 4, or 5. Now we know they have to include a 4 in the box. This one, I don't know. No, well, it's not 7. So that's 5 or 6. Now I know where 7 goes in the row. Now I see a 5, 6 pair in the row, and I can write in 4 and 3. That's a 5, that's a 6, and this cell on the tip of this last diagonal one can't be a 6. and therefore the cell before it can't be a 5, and that's going to feed a 3-4 pair, which resolves this digit as a 5. It's beautifully done, this puzzle. Beautifully put together, just as we expected. This has become a 1-3 pair in row 3. This is a 2-3-7 set in column 7. Are these not resolved? That is, no, I don't think they are. That is 3, 4, or 5. I don't see how to narrow it. 6 is in one of those two cells. So we're not finished. We've made good progress, but we're not finished. We have to take some care, get it right as we go. 8 there and 8 there. I get to place 8 in box 6. I'm not quite building up an X. I get to place 7 down in row 8. Again, it's just Sudoku looking up and down the grid. One of these is 8, don't know which one. 8, 9, 7. 3 is looking at that cell, so that can't be a 3. So I've placed 3 in box 9. Not quite as successfully as I hoped. These are from 1, 4, or 5. That one is specifically 1 or 4 now. Right, 6 is looking up into the top row. I hadn't noticed that, and I have now. That's going to do something for us. We get to place 6 in row 2, flanked by 4 and 8. Okay, this column, this one is also 4 or 8. Look, 1 and 3 are already placed in row 8, just as they are in row 2. So now in column 6, this 4-8 pair means these other two cells are definitely 1 and 3 in some order. And I said that because I thought it would be momentous, and it wasn't. Okay, 8 is looking at that 4-8 pair. Sorry, I didn't spot that. So this is now a 4. That's 5, 4, 3, 4, 3, 1. Lots of disambiguating going on. This pair is now a 2-5 pair, and this must be 8 in the box, in its self-numbered box. That's not a 4, so that's not a 5. 4 now is looking at that thermo end, so that's a 5. That's 2 and 5 resolved. The 3 down here is resolved 1 and 3. Now I think we're finishing off. We get a 1 there. Got a pointless 1 X-wing remaining, but that 1 makes this a 3, as does the whole column. This is a 2-4 pair. That 3 comes out of that cell. This group is a 2-4-6 group. I don't know much about them, but look, that gives me a 2-4 pair in row 4. So I get a 1 there, 4 there. This cell is 3 or 7, and I don't know which one, but I do know where 1 goes in the box. This cell is also 3 or 7, and now I do know which one. And that is going to finish off the puzzle. Very elegant, not too difficult today. Art can be a lot harder than that, but that is just the quintessence of enjoyability in Sudoku. Just fun. I get to finish in the middle. There we go. When you solve the puzzle, there will be a link with the solution, so you can check as you're going along, and at the end, when you've finished, it'll tell you you're right. There we go. That is Cornered Thermos by Ard van de Wetering, and a super puzzle it is too. Thank you, Ard, as always, for keeping us so well stocked with puzzles. Every couple of weeks, we seem to be able to do an Ard puzzle, and he's appeared on the channel pretty much as anybody since who's appeared in single videos each time. Phenomenal record. Thank you to you for following. Hope you had a good time with the puzzle. Not too hard today. Do leave a comment, especially on how you find it when it's an easier puzzle on the channel. And we'll see you again next time. Do like the video if you have the chance. Bye for now.